My name is Inos. Welcome back to my podcast. And I know it's been a while that I've posted a video, but anytime I always have a friend that visits me, I try as much as possible to have a conversation with them on this podcast because, I have different friends with different, specialities. And today I'm privileged to have one of my friends who visited me all the way from the southern part of the United Kingdom, and we are here to have a conversation. His name is George. George, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you finding the north? I'm guessing this is your first time here.
Yeah, the north is cold. It's really cold.
That's what a lot of people say. I've never been to the south to experience how hot the place is, but most of the people that do come here always say that the north is cold, But then it's all good. So George is a friend from Ghana. We went to the same university. I think they were 1 year behind us when we were in nursing school, and he's a registered nurse here in the United Kingdom. Professional, nurse, I must say. And today we are going to have a conversation. The last time the conversation was more of nursing. Today we are going to move into some bit of business because this is a business guy. And our conversation is going to center on how people would be able to invest back home when they travel out of their home country, either to Europe, to Australia, to the United Kingdom, anywhere in the world, and then they want to invest back home. This is a guy who has done it, who is still doing it, and he's been very successful with it in so many areas. So today,
please.
I'm not saying it for the ladies to contact you, but then I'm I'm just putting it out there. You are doing so well, and then people need to know
Thank you.
What you are doing. So today we'll be talking about business. Before we even start, did you hear of the story where a guy traveled outside the country? I think in Africa, he went to Europe. He was sending money down for almost 15 years. They sent him fake houses that they built, his farms and things, only for him to come down. And then he had nothing. All right. He went down home and then he had nothing. With this in mind, do you think business or people building businesses back home is a good idea?
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity, for coming here. And I say a big hello to your fans.
Cheers to you.
Yes. With what we are going to talk about, with this your last story, actually, I've heard a whole lot of stories about investing back home and how ridiculous it is and how people have spent other people's hard-earned money. And I must say, for me personally, I'm a business-oriented person. I'm not the 9-to-5 kind of guy, even though it's 9-to-5 that brought me here. But I've been doing business all my life. So I might say I've developed a thick skin for businesses and failures and things like that.
Yeah.
But I must say it's heartbreaking because this place you need to work hard. It's cold. And it's not like Africa where you go to work and you kind of like do 30% of the work and you get paid like 100% of the work. Because here, if you are getting paid, every pound counts. Yeah. And depending on the kind of work people do, most of our people, majority of them, they are into cleaning jobs and they work under this snow and this cold just to gather an amount of money and send it home, and for somebody to just sit at home and just enjoy it. It's kind of like heartbreaking. Yeah. But in as much as it's heartbreaking, I've come here, I had high hopes. I thought that when I come here, within 1 year I'll be a millionaire. Just like we never came here, so the idea of being a millionaire, when you come here all your problems are solved and all that. It's when I came here, I saw that it's quite tough. It's not easy, but if you are able to arrange your things, plan your life, you will be fine. And for me personally, I will always say, as a businessman, you just need to be right once. In as much as people have invested home and they've lost their money and all that, for me, I will still say home is still where you can multiply your money. Africa is where you can make so much money, because here you are most of us are being working, like most of us are working on 9 to 5. And there's a cutoff point to how much you can make. Yes, per hour. No matter how you work extra hours, as an individual, you have 24 hours. And you cannot work more than 24 hours. So no matter how you work extra, you might make some extra money though, but the taxes and the bills and all that will take all away. The reason why you need to invest back home, because in as much as the exchange rate is bad for people back home, it's kind of like an advantage for you if you are in the diaspora. If you are in the diaspora, it's an advantage, because when you send the money back home, it can do a whole lot of things. And I will never say people shouldn't invest at home. I believe in Africa. I'm a Pan-Africanist, and I believe that we in the diaspora, we need to invest back home, because no one is going to develop Africa for us. It is based upon our own collective contribution that will be able to develop Africa. So I always believe in investing back in Africa, no matter how many times you lose the money. You just need some basic things
to make things work.
To be able to plan your life. You need to understand the dynamics of things. Most people, I say, who invest back home for the first time, kind of like don't understand the business atmosphere in Africa. So they tend to make certain mistakes because they were not already into business before coming here. So if you were not already in business, you don't know how the business dynamics work in Africa, and you get here, you get money, you think you can send the money back home and work. Sometimes it's kind of like difficult. I've been doing business for a long time, so I understand the dynamics. I might have an disadvantage over somebody who has never done business. Yes. So I might say that maybe because of that, I might have a lot of maybe thick skin and have resistance and resilience to certain things. But nevertheless, you still have to invest in Africa. And as the interview goes by, I'll be able to share with people what I've been able to do to achieve what I've achieved, and also be able to give my little knowledge. I will not say I know it all.
I know.
Because I'm still learning. I'm still a student and learning, trying to navigate my way out of this entrepreneurship and business landscape.
So let's look at this. So we've now established the fact that it is good for you to invest back home. Now, somebody has made up his mind that he wants to invest back home. What, as a first-time person investing, or even if you were already doing some form of business before you came here, what are some of the first things or some of the initial things that you have to look at before even starting to invest back home?
Okay. First of all, if you come into this country and you're an immigrant just like us, a skilled worker, or you came by sea or by land, or any means possible you got here. What I would say is that first of all, within the first 1 year or 2 years or maybe 6 months, depending on your income, you first of all need to plan. You need to save some money. You need to be able to come out with what you actually want to invest in. You can look through your life and find things that you are already interested in, and things that you can do back home. Depending on, I'm from Ghana, so and I'm from the northern part of Ghana. So before I came here, I had a fair idea of what I was going to do. Yes. So in answering your question, somebody who just come here, I will not say rush into investing back home. First of all, you need to be able to settle here, plan your life. Make sure all your bills are paid. Don't run into unnecessary debts. Don't take things on credit, a lot of them, because this country is debt driven. I must say, I was kind of like surprised when I came here, and it looks like those who are owing, the government or the system trusts you for owing, rather than people who buy outright. It was kind of like a culture shock to me, but that is the system, and you have to learn to navigate, or you have to learn to deal with the system or like this blend with the system.
Yeah.
Don't be too caught by the debt, because you might get drowned in the debt.
Yeah.
So first of all, try as much as possible not to get into so much debt. Only get into debt that are necessary.
Yeah.
Only do things that are necessary. Don't buy what you cannot afford. Because don't listen to other people who have stayed here for maybe 15 years and they have a mortgage. You just came in 1 year, you rush into mortgage. You also happen to have a mortgage and all these things. I'm just saying it from my personal point of view.
Yeah.
Everybody and his own way of doing things. For me, I would say first of all you need to plan.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. Get your finances together and go back to where you want to invest. Yeah. Go there first. Go there, just take a vacation 2 weeks. Just go there, study the things, what you want to invest and all that. For example, I'll just give you an example. If you want to invest into farming, don't just sit here and send money home. You have first of all need to go to research into what you want to farm, the potential, the profit margins, all the figures. You need to the calculations and the mathematics have to make sense before you can even go into it. And first of all, you need to go back home and go and study the market, understand the things before you even think of sending money back home. Yeah. All
right. So now you've planned your life here. You have the money. You've gone back home. I know that it depends on where you want to invest and exactly what you want to invest in. But in your view, what are some of the things that in general, if anybody wants to invest in back home, you think can be very lucrative or it has the potential to yield profit back home? Like generally I know it's very specific, but generally looking at back home, what are some of the businesses that you think with some of these business, it has actually the potential of you making, profit when you go into it?
So thank you for the question. So first of all, I will say that you need to understand that business is such that it's not like a salary that at the end of the month you make money. Business, you need to understand the dynamics. You need to know what you are doing. Are you going to establish a business first, or are you going to do something that is new? Are you bringing something new to the system? Are you studying here and sending, looking at things that are done here that are not in Africa? Are you sending the technology back, or are you sending some ideas back home? Is that what you want to do? It depends. But personally, I would say that the businesses I think that will be somebody who is in the diaspora will be able to invest in will be first of all land.
Okay.
Land is such that land banking, when you talk about land banking, it's just buying land and it appreciating in value and you selling it. Okay. There are so many difficulties and things you need to navigate into in getting to buy land. Okay. So I'll just list the businesses and the things that you can invest back home, and if going forward I can elaborate more into this. So I'll pick one at a time and talk a little bit more on it. So with the land first, with the land, you first of all need to know that land is something that doesn't depreciate, it's appreciated. Yes. And when it comes to land, the most important thing is always location. Yeah. So you have to look at the terms. Are you buying the land to start investing now, or you are buying the land waiting for it to appreciate in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? So if you are buying the land to invest now, you look at location. Okay. Where in the towns, where is development going? New settlement, where is it moving to? Yeah. Then you buy the land around that side. If you want to invest into it now, look at the location and the places where development is going, places where you can build rental properties, places where you can build commercial places, stores to rent, and all the stuff, or maybe Airbnb, depending on the estate. You have to first look at the dynamics. Yeah. If you are buying to wait for 10 years, sometimes you have to look at it. The location is also important, but this time around you can move backwards. You can move a little bit far away from the town and to where development is still going to. Yeah. Most of the things we always look at in development mostly is you look at the oil companies, Shell, where is Shell putting on a new filling station? It means the market is going there, because they will do a whole lot of visibility study before they do it. First of all, which companies or which people are buying land in that area? Which big companies are buying land in that area? If you know the companies that are buying land, that you know, okay, this place is going to be a big place, because very soon people start building things. Are they building a school in the area? Are they building a hospital? Is there a marketplace? Are they going to start a warehouse, a company? All these things give you a fair idea of where to buy the land. Before you now buy the land, where you now look at the land litigations and all those things and all that. So that is another aspect.
Another aspect of
yes. And also you can invest into farming. And when I talk about farming, we have so many things. You can invest in animal farming, poultry. You can do all sorts of things into farming, crop farming, plantations, maybe cashew, pawpaw, maybe rubber plantation. All the plantations, you can invest in any of them. And you can start from ground up, or you can buy the land. Some people they plant them and wait for them to grow for 1 year, 2 years, then they sell it to solve their family problems. So you can buy the land with the plantation inside. For example, you see a cashew farm that is just 2 years, 3 years. You can just buy 1 acre, the whole 1 acre with the cashew on top. So that way you don't have to deal with send fertilizer and drainage and all that. It starts growing, or you can just buy a whole already matured plant that is already producing fruits and producing money. That is one aspect. Another aspect too is you can invest into what? You can invest into real estate, real estate property. Yes, you can buy. Depend on your savings. You can invest into real estate. You can build and sell, or you build and rent. You can build, sell, build and rent.
Okay.
So all these things are ways that you can do, because with the exchange rate, it's good for us, even though it's bad for back home, but it's good for us. So when you change the money, you'll be able to do a whole lot of things. Money that you can do a business back in Ghana, you can have that same money. You cannot do anything here. So with all this, with land banking, farming, and partnership or real estate. Partnership is somebody who really have his business, and due to the fact that you are exposed to capital, the person has a cool shop, a cool store, or the person has a provisional shop, or the person has a cement shop or anything, and you have the capital. You can partner with such a person to expand. You know, we as Africans, most of us believe in, like, I want to own the business myself. It's my business. I'm the CEO. Sometimes you have to look at partnership, and to be able to partner with people, do your due diligence and know, because it's better to be the owner of a 10,000 business than to be a partner in a 100,000 Ghana cedis business. You understand? When you look at the percentages, you owe the business outright. It's only producing 10,000. You are partner with a business that produces 100,000. You make money in that way. So learn to partner with people, because if you don't have anybody back home, you need to learn to partner with people back home.
Good.
Yes, that way you'll be able to. So these are just a few that people. Then, and also it depends on your capital. Yes. So with these ones, anybody at all can venture into them. Yes, but with the other ones that involves huge capitals, that one, as time goes on, we'll be able to talk about them.
All right. So now you've identified, you've put a plan in place. You've now identified, the type of business that you want to go into. Now, I think the third thing has to be the most difficult one, I must say.
Which is?
How do you get people? Some people are of the view that family is the best. Some people are also of the view that, in fact, just get outside people because they are going to be the best. Because family is like, let's chop the money, and he can't do anything after all. He's not our family member. And some of them too are like, let's go to outside people. Let me rather trust outside people. But in all these cases, they've chopped people's money. So what is your view on how to be able to get trusted people who you can trust to keep your business running after starting it off back home whilst you are still here, or you are still, in Europe or whichever country that you are?
Okay. First of all, you as a business person need to understand that you need people.
Yeah.
We have not developed into the state where we have automated systems and robotics and all that. So we still need human beings. To be able to develop as a nation, as an individual, you need other people. Because time is limited. The only thing that is limited is time. We all have 24 hours. The difference between you and I, from Jeff Bezos or the billionaires, is because they leverage on other people to do most of the work. So that's the difference. But we all have 24 hours. So depending on what I use my 24 hours to do. So with all this understanding, knowing full well that you need people to work with, then now you now have it at the back of your mind, okay, no matter what happens, I still need people. Then you need to now start looking at the people invest, because people tend to go with family. Sometimes depend on how you've already related with your family already. Yeah. You should know within your family, it's your family. You should know within your family who you can trust money with. Some people might say, okay, maybe I don't have family, or I don't trust any of my family members. Then you can look still within your friends. You can look still within your friends back home. There are friends that you were working with together, you had other times together, but you know that, okay, this one, I can really trust this one. So you can also look around. You can talk to people who are already doing businesses back home. Yeah. Can you recommend me to somebody, or the one you are already interested in your business with? Can he get someone for me? Or that is referral. So if someone like that gets someone for you, you have somebody to blame. Or the person was okay. I'm already working for this person. The person working for you might not want a bad name for himself because you know that you introduced the person. So they might invest in looking for someone good for you. So with the people, there was somebody you trust. Those are the kind of ways in which. But luckily on my part, I was already doing business in Ghana, so I did the sieving before coming here. I knew the people to trust, and I knew who to call at what time, and who to. Like I have somebody for the farming who is doing the farming. If I want to open a shop, who will do the shop? If I want to start real estate, who, all those things, I have people already.
Established them,
Yes, and I have the contacts already before moving here. So for me, it's kind of different for somebody who is starting. So those are the ways that you can rely on your family, you can rely on your friends, or you can rely on somebody who is already doing business back home to have a referral for you. Yeah, that way you have someone. But have it at the back of your mind that, look, one thing is that you cannot. I like money.
Everybody likes money.
I know, but I always tell my friends that it depends on what is chasing you. If a fowl is chasing you, your running is different. If a lion is chasing you, your running is different. So for me, there's no option for me. It is business or nothing. It's business. So with this at the back of my mind, I know that I just need to be right once. That's how business is. You just need to be right once. And failure doesn't mean that you will not be able to make it. You need to be consistent. You understand? The fact that you did A and you failed doesn't mean you did B would fail. So with consistency and knowing that failure is part of the process. With business, failing is part of the process. You cannot have a successful business without failing. When you go back and check on all the businesses, all you look at Jeff Bezos, you look at all this Elon Musk and Facebook and all those people, they failed several times.
Exactly.
So you just need to be right once. And with business, there's no option. It's either there are two options. It's either you do a business or you work a 9 to 5. And with 9 to 5, you are rest assured that only 1% become millionaires working 9 to 5. For example, the CEO of Walt Disney is the CEO who worked for somebody who is making millions. But apart from that, the majority of people end up with pensions, and you cannot make so much money with working for somebody. Hand to mouth. Just work, just be in the rat race. The only option to be a billionaire or to be a millionaire or to be able to attain the freedom of financial independence is through business. Then don't let anybody deceive you. It's business. There's no two ways about it. You need to become a business owner. You need to become a business owner to have freedom. You need to become a business owner to be able to what? Even taxes will favor you as a business person. Yes, even everything favors you as a business person. But you need to be able to what? endure the pressure, endure the failure, endure everything that comes with it. Because precious things, you need to what? Suffer to get them. Just like gold, just like diamond, you need to dig. Before you can get something precious. So with difficulties, business is like that. So it's the same way you can you work a 9 to 5, you get to work, and you wake up when you don't want to wake up, you join traffic when you don't want to join the traffic. All this hustle and all this stress you get at workplace is the same thing, just that it's in different forms. You understand? And business, you just need to endure for a short period of time, or even if not a short period of time, you just need to endure. You have it at the back of your mind that there's success at the end of it. That's the motivation for us. The difference between us business owners and people who work 9 to 5, with the 9 to 5, you are rest assured. I cannot just walk up to a 9 to 5 person. Cannot just walk up to the HR office and say, okay, I'm doing ABC for the company, so please increase my salary. It's not done. It not. But as a business owner, you have the advantage to exponential growth. You understand? To exponentially grow, you can start a business and start maybe 2 years time, start making so much money from it. You understand? So business is exponential, but time is fixed. With 9 to 5 is fixed. You cannot just like the rate. You cannot work overtime to become rich. Just the way as you cannot save your way to become rich. You understand? You need to what? You have to save for some time, then invest. To become wealthy, you need to invest. To be able to, you have to understand. You have to understand that look, wealth is in different stages, or money is in different stages. We have the survivor stage. Then we have, after the survivor stage, we have the luxury stage. After the luxury stage, we have the comfort stage. After the comfort stage, you have the extravagant. You understand? So with these stages, you need to know where you are at a particular time. If you are surviving, you first of all need to get out from that survivor stage first. People watch YouTube and watch TikTok and see people talking about money, and they think it's just overnight. We have people into crypto who are the crypto pump and have made some millions, and people are always looking for shortcuts. But the truth of the matter is that business takes time. For you to have a business, it takes time. Give it time. You understand? Give it time to grow. Give it time to invest. And mostly at the beginning of businesses, you need to invest everything back in the business, to keep investing back. You just have to understand. So the idea of people losing their or not getting people to trust, I think they first of all need to have the financial, or probably they have the mindset of an entrepreneur first. Before you can even think of investing. Okay. And getting the mindset of an entrepreneur, you need to read books. You need to read. You need to get a mentor. You need to get all those things before you can think of that. So it's a whole lifestyle. It's a whole lifestyle. You have to know when to spend money, where to invest money. It's just a whole lifestyle.
Fantastic. So with that being said, can you briefly take us through some of the areas in terms of business that you have invested back home and is doing well for you? It's doing well for you.
Yes, I've always loved farming because as human beings, we always eat. So one of the things that I love to do is farming, and with just the business aspect of it, because every out of 10 people, 7 people or 9 eat rice. 7 to 8 people eat rice. So that's why I decided to do rice. And also I'm also into the same land banking, and I also started a partnership with one of my friends back home into this real estate in Ghana. Yes, and I also have some 2 shops that are into foodstuffs, because people eat. So these are just things that because in business you need to know what people want. You see, I'm not actually passionate about tin tomatoes and all those things, but you have to, you hear a lot. You need to be passionate about. You don't need to be passionate in the beginning. In the beginning, if you are surviving, you are trying to pay bills and all that. Just do something to get you out of the poverty. Dangote, I always say, Dangote is not passionate about cement, but he's doing cement. Dangote is not passionate about sugar, but he's doing sugar. You just need to understand certain things before, because you are surviving. You don't need to, something that will pay your bills, something that will give you money. You need to make sure that is what you are doing to get you out of it. If you are out of the survival stage, then you can now say, okay, what can I do long term that will be able to give me fulfilling? You understand? And I'm also into a whole lot of petty investment I'm doing back home that will generate some money, because I believe in going back home. Yes, I'll go back home one time. I don't believe in dying here, because if you grow whole here, the only thing they left for you is they're going to throw you in a care home. So I love Africa. I'll always go back home.
All right. So with all this being said, I think we've covered almost everything that anybody at all that wants to start a business whilst here, at least have an idea of how to go by it. With this being said, what will be your last, or what will be your advice to climax the whole thing? What is going to be your advice for people here who have the thought of establishing some form of business but are afraid to do so?
Okay. For my advice for anyone who wants to do business back home, I will say go ahead and do it. Because Africa is, if you look at the whole world dynamics now, everybody is focused in Africa. You see that anytime from Ghana, in Ghana, I'll talk for Ghana because I'm a Ghanaian. So you see that in Africa, we are running away from Africa, but the whites are coming to Africa. If there's nothing there, you have to remember that white people don't go where there's nothing. You see, they don't go where it doesn't profit them. So if you see white people trooping back in Africa, that should tell you that, there's something good in Africa. And it's in Africa that you can build wealth very fast. Very, very, very fast. You can exponential, like you can double your money very fast. We call it shikagari in Ghana. It's in Ghana. It's only in Africa that you can double your money. You understand? And we have the population. And the ideas, most of those who are in the diaspora, they have a lot of advantage, because there are a lot of things that are here that are not still back home. They call us developing country for a reason. This is a developed country. I'm talking because we are in the UK. It's a developed country. There are a lot of things that are here that are not still back home. You can pick some of those ideas and go back home and establish them and work on them, and at least you can make some money out of it. And you have to understand that this place is full of debt. There's the weather, the system. There are a whole lot of things that personally I'm not really a fan of staying here for long, because I don't really fancy the weather. I don't really fancy the whole system, the way they do things, debt and all that. All these things. Debt is good. We have good debt and bad debt. That's a topic for a different day. You can still utilize the debt, but I just don't like the system. I don't feel home. I want to be in Africa. I feel like I'm home and I can contribute. Here, there's nothing you can possibly contribute here, because everything has already been developed. There's nothing you can contribute here. You might manage to contribute. There are a few businesses that are still thriving here that are for black people, but most of them, when you look through, most of them are people who have stayed here or who were born here. But you as an immigrant, you can strive fine. But I choose to go back home. I choose to invest back home. I might later in the future do some businesses here, but I still think that some people should invest back home and do your due diligence, do investigation. Go back home once in a while to monitor your business. Once in a while, go back home, make calls. Now we have a whole lot of systems. If you are building back home, we have CCTV cameras. That you can put on your building site. You can connect it to your phone. You can connect the camera to your phone. You have an app. You are monitoring even way back here. So you can call your foreman. Is the building on lintel, or is it up to lintel? Yes, you can see it. It's on lintel. You understand? And also, if you have a shop, there's CCTV cameras everywhere. And now you can call somebody to go and check. The olden days there was nothing like that. So people duped other people. But now you need to be smart.
There are a lot of systems in place.
A lot of systems that you can do to what, to curb all these bad images. Even though like everywhere they are criminals. Even in UK here they are criminals. Even in America they are criminals. Canada they are criminals. They are fraud. Like everywhere. It's not only in Africa. People do people here. So I would say that it's a setback. That there's a light at the end of it. If you are able to overcome that, you will smile, because the money I'm making back home in a month is even more than the money I make here in a month. But somebody say, oh, why haven't you gone back? Because I still need to acquire some knowledge. You understand? Go to at least acquire some knowledge that I can go home and benefit. That will benefit my people. That's why I'm still here. But it's definitely I'm going back home.
Certainly. So yes, as a lot has been discussed here, I hope if you did watch, if you did listen, you've learned a lot. If you are in the diaspora and then you are thinking of having a business or even establishing a business, at least you have a clear idea of how to go by that. And I'm very happy that he came in here, and then he's been very, 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 very helpful as a friend. And as I said, anytime a friend visits me, you'll see me in this position with them. I would have more conversations with him. He's going to be here for a while, so we'll have conversations on different topics until he goes away. But until then, that has been the video for today, and I hope that you've learned from this. And then if you were planning on going into business, you're a person in diaspora and you're planning on going into business, you would be able to go into that successfully. Until we see you in our next video, it is a bye for now.